What's going on, YouTube? Is Donnie B all day. So I'm bringing you a knife that is was unexpected to be being brought. So I was at Walmart. I had to pick some stuff up, and it was some light bulbs for the Jeep. And I'm like, you know what? I can't open these light bulb packages. They're all plastic without a knife. Maybe I should just go buy a knife. And that's exactly what I did, forgetting that I had the Cold Steel large Luzon in the car. So, didn't really have to buy a knife, but really, I mean, when am I ever opposed to buying a new blade? So this one right here is the CRKT M16-01KS. So, simplified, it's the M16. It is a spear point. The handle is stainless steel. It does have a nice, thin, deep pocket clip, which I really like. The breeze feels amazing today. You guys can probably hear it blowing. Feels really good. But I'm pretty sure you totally care about this. Care about that. So this was designed by a guy named Carson, this knife designer that they use. And I think he did a really good job for a small, skinny flipper. And let's go over this. We are looking at a steel that is 8CR13 MOV. The finish is called Black EDP. What that stands for is, I hope you guys heard that. The wind was blowing. Thickness is 2.4 millimeters. It is 4 inches closed, like this. Open, it is 7.13 open, so it's about 7 1/4 open, and it weighs 2.6 ounces, and it doesn't do that. So it is a frame lock, and it does have this little. Now for me, using the flipper, I really have to just hold on to this knife because it's small in my hands. My hands are so big that it dwarfs this knife. And I got it literally to open packages for that day. And I'm really glad I did, because turns out I like the knife. Normally I like to bring you knives that are new out of the box, and I like to give you testing on that. This one is not new out of the box because I used it and I liked it so much that I decided to carry it for 2 days straight and use it both days. I don't generally carry knives this small, with the occasional small case, just pocket knife I'll carry every now and then. But for this guy right here being so thin, I was thinking, all right, well, I'll open up some packages with it. I don't know what I'll do with it. It's been great. It's been great. How sharp is it? Let's see, after a couple days of use, it is absolutely shave sharp. This little CRKT is absolutely, I don't know if you're getting that, it's kind of blowing, but you can see that nice little patch right there. Absolutely sharp out of the box. This thing is made for whittling, but more of anything, it's got a little penetration capability that is unstoppable. The swedged top is swedged all the way from, like, I guess you can call it an upper ricasso, right after this mild but wonderfully comfortable jimping. This swedging begins, and it goes all the way to the tip, and it's really, really well done. It is penetrating. That's what it's for. There is a small ricasso here as well, where the edge then begins, and it is fantastic. So you have the flipper on both sides, and again, being with big hands, it's hard for me to hold on to a little knife while I flip it, but this one's built so well, and it has these beautifully drilled in holes that it makes it pretty simple for me, even on a knife this size. Closing it, you have your jimped frame lock here. Now that's a bit tight for me because of my thumbs, but it still works no problem. The inside flipper pull, you can pull if you want. There's really no need to, and it does have dual thumb stud, so you can use those as well. You have options, and the knife opens so easily. Really, what I've been doing a lot too is just doing a pinch and pull, and that seems to work with zero effort and issues. All in all, it's great. It's lightweight, it's thin, it fits in a pocket. It's pretty decent. You'll notice that the flipper has a hole in it and it's jimped. I like the fact that it's jimped because sometimes what I'll do is when I'm cutting, like when I was ripping open packages, instead of just going here, I put my finger on top of that jimped area right at the bend of my finger, and it just gave me a little bit more room for the pinky on the rear, and I liked it. I like that pretty well. You do have a an adjustable pivot right here, and everything is held on with little hex bits. So pretty decent, but it's only as decent as it uses, so that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to give this thing a little test squeeze. Oh, one other thing I was getting about this little hole is if you have some 550 cord, you take it apart, and then you take some of those thinner strings and you stick it through there, and you have all these points right here that go all the way through, and you can use this for lashing on a stick in emergency situations for spear fishing or small game spearing. And with this tip, you can definitely use that for spearing. So let's take this little Columbia River knife and tool, and it's quick, man, it's quick. Let's go cut some. All right, so I have this pool noodle, and we are gonna see how this thing does against a pool noodle. Wow. I was waiting for a little saw action to get started. I pressed it against there, and it just did one of those deals. So the pool noodle, nice and thick and spongy, was absolutely no match. I did not expect it to go that easy. Look at this. I want to hold it so it doesn't fly away. Boop. That was pretty impressive for that. It was, and it's a pool noodle, so it's not much, but just the fact that I didn't even have to. It was literally just a push. I didn't have to do any sawing. Look at this, just pushing it. I collect these little pieces. That was pretty nice. Hold on now. I like those nice unexpected moments when something works a whole lot better than you expect it would have. All right, so we got this tree that I cut down here the other day. Let's see if we can't de-limb. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Wow. This thing's getting all dry, but it's, I don't know if you can actually see the cut. It's making a pretty good cut out of that. And there we go. So let's take off these smaller guys. There's one. There's one. There's one. Oh, we'll go in reverse. It's a little harder, so we'll go reverse. There we go. There we go. Am I getting you guys in the shot there? I hope so. So even going reverse, it works out no problem. Let's see if I can. Now it's going to be hard to hit it when I'm holding it because it moves. But let's see if we can get a nice, good one. That took it right there, and then just the skin dangled it. All right, so no loosing, everything's solid. Let's start to skim with this guy. Let's start to skim with this guy. Man, can you see that? Can you see that in the video where it's just shredding it? I know I can see it. I know I can see it. That's all that matters sometimes. Pretty, man. Just pretty, man. So it actually carves like the Dickens, whatever that means. But it's nice. It's really smooth. Look at, I can take away the finest, tiniest little amounts with every pass and just do light shaving until I get a sharp tip. Now stuff like this, if I needed to make you know, a little fish catcher or a small game spear or small game arrows, things like that, having something like this on your side makes it so much easier. Just a nice small knife to make that kind of thing happen. That right there that's a sticker right there, man. That is nice, especially if you're at a campsite where you have critters coming in. You dig yourself a nice little hole with a nice little, you know, some of these guys trapped over the top. When an animal steps on it, you know, they go right through. That right there is a killer for stuff like that. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, so nice. Oh, so nice. It's so nice. Oh, look at that. Look at these curls, man. Look at these curls, man. So, this thing is a little workhorse. This thing's a little workhorse. Look how fine those are. So far, I mean, over the last couple of days while using it, I was impressed. And I thought it was going to be a lot weaker feeling than it is, because I'm looking at the size and I'm going, all right, well, it's kind of a little skinny guy. It's probably not going to have any kind of heft or any kind of feeling of strength in the hand. There's going to be that lack of power or whatever, you know. No, I'm not getting that at all. What I'm getting is a very sturdy, stab yourself in the pinky, small knife here that just seems to work really well. I am so far just having a good time with this thing. And while it is not in any way a chopper, and you guys can definitely see that, it is a slasher and a poker. So let's go poke. Oh, I gotta press pause first. All right, so the last knife I brought you couldn't cut this rope. It was that chip away buoy. So even after using it and hitting all that and getting that tree that we were cutting down, it just gets real thick juices. I mean, really thick stuff all over the edge. And it really, really sticks. So you have to clean it pretty good. So with the edge all mucked up, I want to see if we can first do a push cut on the nylon rope. And we absolutely did a beautiful push cut. Let's see if I can get it in there where you guys can see it better. And I'll even do like a little saw cut, and you can see that it goes through with absolute ease. So far, everything about the knife that I've used it for and done with it, I have really, really, really liked. And it's got such good penetration. Let's test that right now. And I mean, just easy penetration. Let's take it out of there. And we went in about a solid inch, pretty much. And that was just a quick little jab. The thing feels really, really good. It's got such ease of depth when we're talking about pushing into things. It's cutting well. It's getting the blade full of stuff that shouldn't be on a blade, and it's still performing. So overall, I mean, the thing is an everything so far knife. So let's try this. Let me raise this up. Let me see. I got this board that I was using for throwing knives a while back. Let's see if we can't get one to stick here. Oh man, so close, so close. It hit the tip and it made a nice little cut in it. Oh, that's right on. All right, so it actually doesn't feel bad as a thrower. I'm just not getting it to stick. I'm hitting the blade. There we go. There we go. That was perfect. I was hitting the tip and it was all working fine, but I was just hitting the tip at angles like this, so it would hit and just roll. But that last one was dead straight. I'll tell you what, man, this little M16, and you can see right there what it is. And I'm telling you, I found it right in Walmart. You know how much this was? Like $19.99. I'm trying to get it nice and clear for you guys. There we go. $19.99. Do you know what that is in American? That's 20, right? So I have to say that as far as $20 folders go, this one's worth it, man. This one's worth it. I'm having a whole lot of fun with this over the last couple days, and I'm gonna actually carry it today as well. I have some stuff to do, and I'm going to end up on a trail later. So I want to have this on the trail. That way I can do my normal trail stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever that means. So that's it, man. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, because if you can't tell that it's sharp by what I showed you, if you can't tell that it can penetrate from what I show you, if you can't tell that it can cut from what I just showed you, if you can't tell that you can throw it into a board from what I just showed you, I don't know what else you need to see. If there's something that you feel you needed to see, write it down below. You know what you do too while you're in the process of writing down below is hit like, hit subscribe, whatever you do. Don't hit that unlike button, that thumbs down. I heard it gives you herpes, so don't touch that one. That's a bad one. If you want to get really fancy and avoid I don't know, gonococcal, maybe you can hit that donate button and put a couple pennies into the website. All right, so that's about it right there, fellas and fellettes. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to enjoy this little guy. This is a very, very good $20 purchase. It's a nice, well-made blade. It's strong, and it's pretty, man. You got to have a pretty knife. This one definitely does that. So that's it for me. That's it for this. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.